Oh, I'll be right back.
Wow, yeah, Thor was amazing, and it kicked the shit out of the box office, so that definitely worked again. Yes! But will the Justice League be any good? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked that. What's up, nerds? Welcome back. Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh yeah! So it's been a while since the last Nerdgasm. We have actually relocated, and we built a new studio. What? Oh, alright. So we know why we're here. This is a huge episode. A really big movie is releasing next week. Justice League. And this is a big deal.
Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
Now, despite how really... I don't know how to read this movie.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are? Just like that?
Yeah, I need friends.
Despite how unpredictable this movie looks, we're all gonna go see it.
I hear you can talk to fish.
If it's gonna be good, and if Warner Brothers has finally put in the right recipe to get this movie right. I don't think they did. They didn't. They didn't. That's spoiler. They didn't do it. But hey.
Let's smoke this fucking thing.
I can't, man.
I can't even light this thing on my own.
It's gonna get crazy. And we're gonna do this right now. Now. Son of a bitch. So where to begin with all of this? What's a good place?
He will call himself Clark Kent. But the world will know him as Superman.
I have given a name to my pain.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Okay, we had that. That was good.
Love is a game.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
This is the way the world could end.
Please, show some mercy.
With ice.
Clark, hey, welcome back. I see you've already met the Munchkin.
Hello. Yeah, well, you've been gone. Fearless reporter Lois Lane is a mommy.
Yeah, no, those weren't so great.
How do you know my name?
The world is too small for someone like Bruce Wayne to disappear. And here we go.
Okay, let's go here. This is good. Let's jump back to 2008.
I'm hot, you're cold. You go around like you know who I am.
Now, 2008 is a really big year for superhero fans and nerds everywhere. We already know that it was huge for Marvel, releasing Iron Man and beginning the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But more importantly that year, Warner Brothers releases the most anticipated sequel, The Dark Knight.
This city deserves a better class of criminal.
I'm gonna give it to him.
And while Iron Man was a great start for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, The Dark Knight took it that year. And rightfully so. This movie is incredible. It's a masterpiece.
I'm better. I'm stronger. I'm Batman.
I mean, it's easily one of the best sequels ever made. It'll always be one of the best Batman movies. Heath Ledger gave his life to give us one of the best performances and one of the best Jokers we'll ever see.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't have my boy here pull your head off.
How about a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
It's gone.
But sadly, 2008 is probably the last time that Warner Brothers made a really incredible superhero movie. What? Yeah, let's keep going. You know what? Let's jump to 2012.
오빤 강남 스타일. 강남 스타일. 오빤 강남 스타일.
So 2012 was the next big year for DC. It was the conclusion to Nolan's Batman universe with the not-so-epic The Dark Knight Rises.
You think this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
Now, there are elements of the movie that did work. I would say, like, the first half of the movie was great.
What's going on with the lights?
Yeah, baby. Boy, you are in for a show tonight, son.
They know. They just don't care.
As soon as Bane broke Batman's back, everything after that was shit.
Ah, yes! I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit? Oh, your buddy!
Bane was a badass for most of the movie, but it was just very clear that we were all missing the Joker.
I mean, what happened? Did your balls drop off?
For obvious reasons, that couldn't happen. So I think they did a great job with Tom Hardy as Bane.
Let's not stand on ceremony here. Mr. Wayne.
Just the second half of the movie was kind of like the curse of all superhero movies sometimes, is they just fucking are throwing in all these characters and like, oh yeah, we gotta make Batman fake his death. And then he's gonna run away with Catwoman because he just met her, and that's what you do. And then Alfred's like, hey, I'm gonna see you one day with a lady, and he did. Stupid. And while 2012 was a big year for Warner Brothers, and it was the conclusion of the Dark Knight series, 2012 was an even bigger year for Marvel with the Avengers.
We're not a team. We're a time bomb.
Marvel kicked the shit out of that one, so Warner Brothers clearly was rushing to the drawing board trying to figure out what their next move was. They just ended a storyline with just Batman, and Marvel's over here having 5 different major characters and the Avengers. So, in the scale of things, Warner Brothers was falling behind.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
So then guess what happens next? Let's jump to 2013. What?
Raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun.
I will race behind you. I will stumble. I will fall.
So in 2013, wasting no time at all, Warner Brothers announces they are starting the DC Extended Universe with a completely new timeline and new stories that we haven't seen before. They started with introducing a new Superman in Man of Steel, directed by Warner Brothers' favorite, Zack Snyder.
You believe your son is safe? I will find him!
Chris Nolan is serving as a producer and head of the creative direction of all the projects that are going to be in this new universe.
He'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready.
Incredible start, right? Nothing can go wrong.
What do you think?
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about
Excuse me.
I mean, he does destroy most of Metropolis, and he does let a lot of people die. So that was a first for the big guy, which was great in my opinion. I mean, not all the people dying, but, you know, the direction that the movie took Superman. The movie received very mixed reviews from critics and fans, and while it performed #1 in the box office, it was considered an underperformer next to Marvel. It didn't really do for DC what Iron Man had done for the MCU. This basically put a shit cloud over everything.
Sounds of the whispering winds of shit.
So while Christopher Nolan kept insisting they stick to the universe they originally set out, Warner Brothers started getting involved in changing all the creative decisions. And you don't do that with Christopher Nolan. Oh, hell no. You do not get in front of Christopher Nolan and say, I don't think this is a good idea. He gave you 3 really good Batman movies, made you a shit ton of money. Just trust him.
Pathetic. Their attempts to control things really are.
Do they do that? No, of course not, because they're Warner Brothers in DC. God damn it. God damn it.
Oh, you bitch! Oh, god damn it!
Basically, at this point, they're like, do we do Man of Steel 2? What do we do with Superman? Well, Batman, we got Batman. Should we get Batman? Do we do Man of Steel 2? What about Avengers? They just had Avengers. Avengers made a lot of money. Should we do Justice League? Should we just do Justice League? Let's do Justice League. Yeah?
God damn it! Oh, god damn it!
Now we're going to jump 3 years later to 2016. I know what you're thinking. Wasn't that last year? Yeah, it was. And it was a big year. Guess why?
I know when that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing.
Okay, so at this point, Warner Brothers has already announced that Ben Affleck is playing Batman.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No! God, please, no! No!
Because a vision softly creeping.
I actually remember very vividly, I think everybody remembers where they were when they heard Ben Affleck was playing Batman.
All I really want is someone to hold me and tell me that everything is gonna be all right.
And I think I was one of the few that actually was excited.
Everything is gonna be all right.
Well, here I am.
And then Warner Brothers releases Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
You have to listen to me. Lex wants us.
And little did we know that he would be the best thing about Batman vs. Superman. But anyways, the part of Batman vs. Superman that focuses on Batman versus Superman is great.
Men are brave.
What was really good about this movie is after Man of Steel, Metropolis was fucked up. Yeah, Superman stopped General Zod, but he murdered a lot of people in the process. So the movie opens up where it's Bruce Wayne in Metropolis, and he's like at ground zero while Superman and General Zod are fighting. It really shows you how scary that moment was. It shows how awesome and badass Bruce Wayne is. And most importantly, it shows why Bruce Wayne hates Superman so much, why he has this rage. Wonder Woman shows up, which was a huge highlight. For first time we're seeing Wonder Woman on the big screen. She fucking kicks ass. It's a funny interaction when Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman all meet.
I've killed things from other worlds before.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
And then the problem with this movie, oh yeah, we gotta use this movie to set up Justice League because we want to do Justice League next year. What starts off as Batman vs. Superman, basically the studio got involved, made a lot of changes, and it shows. Like, the movie started off so great, and then the second half just turned into shit. To no surprise, despite the movie having a #1 opening and making a lot of money, it was negative reviews.
That was planted in my brain.
Warner Brothers wasn't too happy with this news, and it was making them question their whole planned universe even more. And the whole process behind Batman vs. Superman was so shitty that even Chris Nolan's like, you know what, I'm out. Like, you guys aren't even really listening to me at this point, and that's why these movies are falling apart.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out.
I love this guy.
Okay, so Batman vs. Superman is done. Everyone's angry, and in that same year, Warner Brothers releases another movie, Suicide Squad.
Me. All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
The back is ready to crack as he raises his hands to the sky. And the girl in the corner is everyone's fun. She can kill you with a wink of her eye.
What to say about Suicide Squad? Well, this movie actually holds a really special place in my heart.
I could tell you meant that.
Not because it's good, it's actually because the first issue of the Nerdgasm ever was a review on Suicide Squad.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerdgasm. On this episode, we're going to be discussing Suicide Squad. Was it good? Was it the movie we all wanted it to be? No.
Oh, we've come so far. Oh. So just go to my playlists, click on the Nerdgasm, and then just click issue 1, and then you can see exactly all my thoughts on Suicide Squad. It's cool, it's cool. I'll wait.
This is weird shit.
You put your lips inside of this?
Yeah, you seal it.
It's like a porno thing.
Whoa. You's a smoker, man.
Are they watching it?
There's some smoke in your still if you want to puff on it.
Suicide Squad made a shit ton of money. It was #1, made a lot of money in the international box office, but again, it was reviewed so poorly by critics and fans. It was way more disappointing than Batman vs. Superman. That's 2 movies now. 2 movies in 1 year that are garbage. And this whole setting up the DC extended universe, it's off to a really, really shitty start. So to give a quick rundown of Suicide Squad, it sucked. Too many characters, too many bullshit storylines. This movie definitely started off with a dark tone, and then because of a movie like Deadpool, they wanted more humor, and then they did reshoots, and it was just shit.
Tell me where your fucking boss is, or you're gonna die in 5 minutes.
As soon as the studio gets involved with these movies and starts demanding changes,
move this, move that, this and that, these and those, that and that.
These movies are doomed to fail. After the failure of Suicide Squad and no longer really having anybody overlooking these movies other than Zack Snyder, which is clearly not a good decision, DC announces that Jeff Johns will actually be taking over as a creative director overlooking all of the universe and all of these projects. What's really neat about that is Jeff Johns has actually been a writer for some of the biggest comic books in the last 15 years with DC. Who better to figure out this mess than him? Well, we're jumping again, and guess where we're jumping to? 2017.
But that's right now! What?
Don't be afraid to catch feels. Ride your cup and chase thrills. I know you ain't afraid to pop pills.
And Wonder Woman is released. This is the first time that DC is actually a step ahead of Marvel. Up until this point, Marvel has not released a movie focusing on a female character. This movie is really good. It's received really well by fans, it's received really well by critics. Finally, something good from Warner Brothers and something good for the DC Extended Universe. The way they set up Wonder Woman, the way they set up her purpose in this universe was really great. The visuals were awesome. Patty Jenkins is a great filmmaker. She did an amazing job.
Young child. So I was attracted to the character as soon as I ever heard about her, and still am.
Gal Gadot is amazing. She's incredible. She is Wonder Woman. She really owned this role. She really killed it, and it's awesome. This movie killed it in the box office. It killed it internationally, and I believe it's the highest grossing movie of 2017. There's such a huge fan base. There's such a big population of the lady nerds. And this movie was exactly what they needed. Finally, girls everywhere, women everywhere have a hero that they can really claim as theirs, and a hero that they can really grow up looking up to. It shows that DC can make a good movie.
Finally, you see.
Here we are. Since Wonder Woman coming out, there's been a lot of shit going on behind the scenes with the DC Extended Universe.
Shit everywhere.
A couple years ago, they announced that Flash was going to be having his own solo movie. That movie has actually gone through 3 different directors. And
if I just ran a little faster. Faster!
It was announced that Jeff Johns was going to be writing the script for the new Flash movie, and it was going to be based on his own Flashpoint comic book storyline. Now, in this storyline, Superman never became Superman, he became a government project. Bruce is killed in the alley. Thomas Wayne is Batman. Flash is focusing on how to get it back to the original timeline. He eventually does, and it restarts everything. So it kind of makes sense that they would be doing this for the Flash, because so far their universe has been a fucking mess, and I'm assuming if Justice League doesn't do well, or if Justice League is bad, then they can do Flashpoint and they can literally restart the whole universe.
Then I start back at 1. Yeah.
So they're talking about these other DC stories and these other characters, and they're not really mentioning anything to do with the DC Extended Universe.
I don't know, Lucas. I'm happy to check and see if there are other options that were considered and if we can confirm them. I just don't know.
So with all these insane announcements confusing everybody.
But I can't confirm. I can't confirm it, so it's not that I'm not denying it. It's that I don't know if it's true or not.
Something even crazier happens. Less than 6 months to go with the release of Justice League, Zack Snyder announces that he's going to be stepping down from directing and finishing the production of this movie to deal with a family tragedy. What do? They hired Joss Whedon to come on board, and he's going to finish the movie for Zack Snyder. With this switch up of directors, Warner Brothers uses this as an opportunity to get involved and start changing the script and changing the creative direction of the film. And guess what that means?
I'm pregnant.
Fuck off.
Reshoots. The rumors that have come out is that 40% of the movie got rewritten and changed. 40% of the movie, and it's less than 6 months. Now they're talking about adding more humor, making it less dark. Oh my god, how many times are they gonna fucking go through this? They're spending millions of dollars to get the actors back to reshoot these scenes because they're all filming other movies. And then something even more ridiculous happens. They gotta get Henry Cavill to come back because I guess they're changing Superman's part in the movie, but he is now filming Mission Impossible 6, and part of his role is he has a mustache. Now, he can't shave it because they've already been filming, and legally for contracts and shit, he's got to keep the mustache. but they don't want to just make Superman have a mustache in Justice League. They spend at least $1 million on a digital animation team to literally go through frame by frame every single shot with Superman and digitally remove his mustache.
Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
Just print the damn thing!
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's insane. If they're spending $1 million on like just covering up a dude's mustache, not a good movie. No.
Fucking thing sucks!
Now there's even rumors going as far, if Justice League does extremely well and it makes a lot of money and critics and fans love it, then they're gonna continue their plans with the extended universe.
Ride ain't over yet.
My man.
If Justice League turns out to be a pile of shit, then basically they're gonna scrap the universe and then they're gonna focus on like one-off movies.
God damn it. D, you bitch.
I really want this movie to be good. I really hope it is. It doesn't look promising, but there you all have it. There are all the facts. That's what's going on with this universe. It's a fucking mess, but it's less than a week until this movie comes out. I really hope that it is good. You guys, thank you for sticking with me and watching this. Now you're fully caught up and you understand why this movie is such a big deal. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. You guys can just click the subscribe button that's literally right under this video. Just click it. Why not? Let's share all of our thoughts. And then once the movie's out and you guys have seen it, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Maybe it will be good and this will prove me wrong.
Right.
It's been a blast. That's it for me. Let's hope the Justice League is good, and I'll see you next time on the Nerdgasm.
Yeah! Oh, awesome. That's a bat signal. That's your... Oh, sorry. That's your signal. That means we have to go now.
Yeah, that's what that means.
It's so cool.